first 3 nights she was creeping, but he caught her on the 4th night she was creeping. You heard me? Mm-hmm. First I thought he was saying creek, like water, and then he ran for the creek. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they both work. It's hard to tell what he was saying. I'd love to be a radio DJ. They'd have to play really good music. Like they let me have to pick it out, and then I'm too lazy to do all that shit. So we'll let someone else pick the music, and then I'll just talk over it. Yeah. There's lots of people that know all good music, like all kind. There's some really good people that know their music, man. I worked at Matassa's grocery store in the French Quarter in New Orleans. It used to be called Matassaland. I did bike deliveries. I delivered to all the big, beautiful homes in the French Quarter, the palaces. Some of those places were like walking into a, gates of heaven type feel. They were incredible. Also, felt like walking back in time, It's very grand, very beautiful homes and buildings. A lot of them are haunted as hell. A big yellow house on Bourbon Street, the Robinson's house. I delivered all kind of beer and ice there one day, and they're like, come on up, Troy. We're going to show you something. We're having a big party tonight. I don't know, I had to make 3 or 4 trips with ice and cases of beer and all kind of wine, like $300-400 order, like $600. I don't know how much it was. He's pretty famous in the NFL world because he was a very rich agent. He did contracts for the players, and he invited me over, like. I don't know, he thought I was interesting or whatever. He would invite me over. He invited me to the parties. I went to one. I always had to work, but I would stop in anyway and just hang out, and there's all these beautiful women. But there's 2 times he invited me over. The one specific, I think his daughter liked me, but she okay, I may be confused too, I don't know. But I think that's what it was, but I'm not, I don't know, I just get confused. Whatever. They invited me over. The one time, we go upstairs and he's like, the mayor was just here. At the time, that mayor was, what's his name? Chocolate City? It might have been Montreal. But no, I don't think it was. I think it was Chocolate City, Ray Nagin. Remember him? Ray Nagin, Chocolate City. What a circus clown, man, that fool was. Oh, good Lord. They put him in a FEMA camp in Texas. They put him in a FEMA camp in Texas. Oh, it's too much. But yeah, he goes, the mayor was just here. He was sitting in this chair. He's like, and he was sitting in the chair. He went and sat down in the chair. He's like, he was just sitting in this chair. He's like, this was Hitler's chair and Hitler's desk. For real. Well, this guy's a millionaire. I believe him. You could tell. It was the real thing, man. The chair was spooky as hell. It was this big double eagle or eagle head on the top of the big chair, like it had a tall back, taller than anyone sitting in it would be, so it stood out. Big eagle head, and then the wood came down and to the armrests, and on the edges of the armrests were more eagle heads, and he said it was Hitler's chair and desk. It was the most freakiest thing I ever saw in my life. It had to be real. And he's like, Charlie, come sit down. And I'm like, no, I ain't sitting in that. He's like, come on, let's get a picture of you with it. There was a picture of, they have a picture of Nagin. He was the mayor at the time. They have a picture of him sitting in it, okay? And they put it in the paper, and then the mayor asked to take it out, so they did. Yeah. But anyway, and there was another time where I went to the Robinsons, and they were throwing a Super Bowl party. The Super Bowl was in New Orleans that night. I'm making all these deliveries to the thousands of dollars of champagne and all this stuff, you know. Big gorgeous house with another house in the back and a swimming pool, big courtyard, just unbelievable 3-4 story giant house right on Bourbon Street. And the girl opens the door. She was so freaking hot. Perfect tan, I don't know, you know, just gorgeous woman. And she's wearing the kicker for the Patriots. What's his name? Adam something. He's really famous for winning Super Bowls, and he's just a great kicker. I think it's Adam something. Anyway, he was and she goes, I think my husband's gonna kick the winning field goal tonight at the Super Bowl. It was his wife. Yeah. There's lots of stories like that I have. It was his wife I was delivering, because they were just staying with the Robinsons. They were in town, they were on Bourbon Street, and they were staying with the Robinsons in the big mansion. And she answered the door, and she's all like, oh, thanks for bringing my stuff. And I'm bringing it in the big foyer, you know, because I'm unloading, like, big bags of ice and cases of booze and food and just, you name it, chips and just everything you want for a party. And, you know, vodka, all of it. And she's all dressed up. She had these, I remember what she was wearing. She had high heels on. She had pantyhose and mini, like a white jean shorts. And then his jersey, the Patriots jersey, tied in a knot, and then with her, belly button showing. I mean, yeah, whatever. She looked good. I forgot his name. Adam something. I think it's Adam something. He's famous. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. Anyway. Yeah, that was fun. There'd be so many people on the street. I couldn't ride my bike down the street. I had to get off the bike. It had a giant basket on the front of it. I mean, giant basket. You could fit 6 gallons of milk. That's how big the base was, the bottom. And then you could fit 2 gallons high, alright? So that's how big that basket was. And if I wanted 2 gallons high, then I put a piece of cardboard over the milk on the bottom and put the other milk on the top, you know? And, I don't know, there's all kind of ways. Like, you put some tarp over it, and then strap it down so it wouldn't fall out, you know, like it was raining or something. But you really could get a lot of stuff in that cart. You'd be surprised. It was specially made for the bike. Yeah, so the bike wouldn't tip over. Even with all that weight, the bike wouldn't tip over I could get off the bike and walk it with all that weight in the front, and it knew how to handle it. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't tip over front way first. Bike was awesome. There'd be so many so many people on Bourbon Street, and you can't walk down that street. So you get off and you have to walk it, like from the corner, or even further. So what year was that? It was I don't know. What year did Brady and the Adam guy? And he did. He kicked the winning field goal that night. She said he was going to do it. I'm her word of honor. I'm her witness. She predicted it, and it happened. She said he was her husband or boyfriend. I can't remember if they were married or boyfriend. And she goes, my husband, my boyfriend, Adam something, is going to kick the winning field goal in the Super Bowl tonight. And she was just so excited. Now, she either really knew that was going to happen, like she was told beforehand, which now we're saying is actual, maybe a probability, right? I mean, like the odds are that she actually knew. But I don't think she knew. And I just think she just knew in her heart, like she just said it, my husband, he's gonna kick the winning field goal in the Super Bowl tonight. And I'm like, yeah, awesome. I think they're playing Green Bay. I think it was Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers against New England. I think, did that happen? Was that a Super Bowl? I can't remember them all. They all run together. I don't know. Did New England beat Green Bay in the Super Bowl? I think they did. Yeah. In New Orleans. All three got to match up, and they want to have the year, right? Because I don't remember what year it was. Anyway, all those people are witches and Freemasons and stuff. I mean, it's just horrible. You have to sell your soul to the devil to get into all this crap. Unless you're a true Lamb of God, and he wants to place you somewhere. And then or you could sign up to be a bad dude, and then God will change your heart too. Like, you could be evil, and then God will show you the way, and you change. But it has to be you do it. Like, God placed me in a horrible place in New Orleans. I mean, well, he didn't place me there. He allowed them to place me there to keep me down in my youth, in my to learn. Unfortunately, it took me so long to learn about God that I never got married. They had their way with me for the prime of my life, and I haven't been married, I haven't had children, and it's all because I didn't choose God. It is. That's what it was, and that's what God wanted me to show me. And I believe now he's going to bring me my wife. I believe it's Shaylin. But I also feel like I have no right to believe that, because she's already married. But as time goes on, I'm realizing I did not dishonor her. She just made a mistake, and then we both made mistakes. I'm not saying that, but I wasn't dishonoring her marriage. Like, she's realizing that now. Like, I wasn't trying to hurt her or dishonor her. I think she's realizing that their marriage was fake because it's a whole Freemason setup, scheme in the first place. And when you get the giant ring and the house and all, you can't resist. Because we all need secure, we all want to live well. But I could be totally wrong on this too. I mean, but I'm just singing my blues, I'm moving on. I still love her. I think God wants us to be together. I honestly do. There's no way I could have wrote that book to her that fast after not seeing her for 30 years. I didn't even know it was her. I did not know. All I knew was, like, I felt like a closeness to her as soon as I saw her. Like, my subconscious knew I knew her, okay? Somewhere in my mind knew I knew her, but my conscious mind did not connect yet, okay? I didn't, and I felt like I knew her. I'm like, why do I feel like I can just go and sit right next to her and start talking? I thought it was her personality. Like, I just felt like very drawn to her kind personality, but no, I actually knew her in real life. It had been 30 years, and I forgot. And she told me she was going to marry me. Did I tell you guys that yet? She did. She told me she was going to marry me in 1990. And then we didn't see each other for 30 years. And I wrote her a book. And I prayed to God, and I think he wants us together.